All right, I have a really important question for you. Are you ready? Here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to get a six-pack? If you're like most people, you're probably gonna say it's an 8 or a 9 or even a 10. And that's what I used to think. I used to struggle so hard to get lean. I would often ask myself, what do I do? Either kill myself to get lean and I'm always hungry, always overtrained, or do I just settle for being in decent shape, some muscle, some definition, but never that rock hard six-pack. And eventually I realized I want to be able to enjoy life and have the abs. And why should it be so damn hard to get lean? Shouldn't it be effortless? If we're meant to be fit and healthy, shouldn't it be effortless? And that's what I decided. And I started to realize that everything I was doing was wrong. Everything, all the advice I was following was making it harder for me to lose fat and easier for me to store fat. So I'm gonna give you 4 steps that are gonna make losing fat no longer feel like an 8, 9 out of 10 of difficulty and start to feel more like a 3 or a 4. So the first thing, which is pretty much the most craziest, the first thing I learned was we were never supposed to eat first thing in the morning and every 2 to 3 hours. It simply does not work with our biology. We grew up in the hunter-gatherer, sphere where we'd be hunting, gathering food during the day, and having big feasts at night. And this is what our body's programmed to do. Once you start feeding yourself throughout the day, you're spiking up insulin, you're putting your body in storage mode, and it becomes very, very, very hard to lose the fat. So what I teach people to do is to do a fast for the first 5 hours of the day. You wake up at 8, you go to 1 p.m. And in that eating window late in the day, you have about 2 meals and some fruit. And what you're gonna find is fat loss becomes effortless. This does not slow your metabolism down. This does not cause you to lose muscle mass. In fact, the fasting period actually increases fat burning, boosts growth hormone, and allows you, when you eat later, to actually store more of the calories into your muscle tissue. The second thing I was doing that was killing my results, and maybe you're doing this too, because everyone's been telling us to lose fat, we have to cut out carbs. And that can work in the beginning when you cut out carbs. You might see some weight loss, you might lose 10 pounds, but it will never get you to six-pack abs sustainably, because what happens is when you cut out carbs, yes, you'll decrease your calories to some extent, but you also decrease your hormonal output and you decrease your metabolism. You see, carbs actually influence 2 really important hormones. Leptin, which dictates your appetite and your energy levels, and your thyroid production. And when those 2 take a hit, you burn less calories and you have less energy. So when you go low carb for too long, you start to actually make things worse. And so what you wanna do is you wanna eat the right amount of carbs to refill your muscle glycogen, to boost up leptin, and to allow you to get leaner while maintaining a higher metabolism and more energy levels. So proper answer isn't from one extreme to the other, it's actually having a balance of carbs and every week doing a high carb day to really boost up those levels to make sure your metabolism never declines. Now the third thing you must do is people think to get lean, to get toned, to get abs, they have to do tons of cardio, tons of high reps, tons of circuits, and that's simply not true. In fact, what you really want to do is lift heavy. Lifting heavy will give your body the muscularity, the density, and that's going to make sure that when you lean down, you reveal amazing muscle tone, because muscle tone comes down to building muscle. It's not about doing high reps. You can't tone a muscle. You can either make a muscle bigger and stronger or smaller. So you want to focus on the heavy compound lifts 3 times per week to make sure that when you get lean, you reveal amazing muscle density. And the fourth and final tip is the best activity to do, believe it or not, to lean down is lots and lots of walking. You see, walking burns calories, but it does not increase your appetite, it does not negatively impact your recovery, and it allows you to actually support your mood and to keep your appetite at bay. So I actually do about an hour of walking a few times per week when I want to lean down a little bit faster, sometimes even an hour of walking every day, and that works really, really effectively combined with the right fasting, the right nutrition intake, and the right lifting. So these 4 steps, if you're willing to lift 3 times per week, do a fast for the first 5 hours of the day, and during that time you can have water, sparkling water, which blunts your appetite, black coffee, a 0-calorie energy drink or pre-workout. If you can just do that 5-hour fast, eat a couple big meals, eat a good amount of carbs but not too many carbs, do your 3 heavy lifts, and do your walking, you'll get abs effortlessly. I've been doing this for 6 years. It's insane. When I go to dinner with my friends, I eat way more than them. I eat massive meals and they're blown away at how I'm able to stay super, super lean. It's because I follow these 4 steps and it works incredible. So if you want to actually get a full-blown 6-month program to allow you to get that rock-hard, chiseled body like you see in the movies, so I created the Warrior Shredding Program designed to take you from point A to point B, from soft, maybe skinny fat, maybe a little fluffy, to lean, chiseled, and hard. So if you want to drop fat, reveal amazing muscle tone, get really strong, and do it in a way where it actually fits with your lifestyle, you feel satisfied every day, you're not killing yourself, then you want to try this program. It's been tried and tested by 60,000 people all over the world that have taken themselves into razor sharp shape. People of all ages, in their 20s, in their 40s, even in their 50s, with different styles of genetics. These people have leaned down and got shredded because when you follow the simple steps, the right lifting routine, while changing it up every few weeks, getting really strong, doing your fasting, hitting the right carbs, you will lean down and your metabolism will stay really, really high. And it's just a matter of time, about 3 to 6 months, to get that shredded, chiseled look that you want.